Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It is 2025, like 2024 was like couple days ago, like literally couple days ago. But we are here in the 25s and I just want to say Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year, faithful creatives. And for those of you who are new, Happy New Year to you guys too. So, for the newbies, my name is Candice and I create Christian content through my life as a web designer and illustrator. And within that, content creation, I share my faith journey of fully coming outside of my box and starting a business online. And I also provide Christian tips for those of you who really want to do the same. So if that is something that interests you guys, you can definitely like and subscribe to this channel and join the faithful creative family. Alright, so now we've gotten the introductions out the door. So let's jump into what I'll be doing in today's video. So I will be attempting to draw this illustration. Yes, I'll be doing my best to do so because I want to get very familiar with Procreate. It is a new tool of mine. I recently purchased it and I really want to dive into the whole digital space of drawing, illustration. So that is the aim from these exercises. And then on top of that, guys, we'll be doing a little chit-chatting, getting to know each other more. What are your thoughts on certain topics? Definitely. So guys, join me by discussing these things, giving me your point of views and those sort of stuff in the, we call it now, I keep on as a chat, but in a chat, in the comment section. Yeah. I don't know what's happening with my mind. And also guys, yeah, I'm kind of liking these hand videos. you know so tell me if you are interested in how these are looking. Let me know if you guys are digging these videos or if you want to see more of my face. For me, honestly, I would prefer to just jump into this like straight hands. I feel like I would have my videos ready like in no time because I don't have to do my hair, I don't have to do this, I just jump in like my and them wash. I'ma just jump in and start create the video them. So let me know guys, what are your thoughts on these hand videos if you want more of them. Alright, enough of these chit-chatting. We're going to do the real chit-chatting in the video. So let's go. So I chose this tutorial because this year I really want to work on my skills of blending colors. So like how in this tutorial you see me blending and creating the skin tone, it's something like that. So I really wanted to have an idea of just getting started, what it would look like and what are the tools I could use in Procreate to achieve all of that, right? And I think this was one of the tutorials that I saw on her page that really sparked my interest. Excuse my forehead, I don't know why my head are coming at the shot. But yeah, anywho, this tutorial really intrigued me because of that. And in speaking about some of the goals that I wanted to achieve this year, as I mentioned, illustration, practicing my drawing, and really zoning in on that was something that I really want to practice on. I really wanted to work on it. And just looking back on how I used to plan things while growing up in terms of, we call it New Year's resolution. So I would normally like at the beginning of the year or probably like in December, I would be writing down all my goals. Yo, I want to have a car by this time. I want to ensure that I have this by February, that by March, summer body by the time here, like all of them stuff there. And I realized that while I was planning all those things, I had no time, or there was no goal in particular that really spoke to me wanting to honor God or having anything to do with Him. I realized that all my goals were really self-centered. I had no interest in growing His kingdom or just growing a talent that could worship Him in the end, if you get what I say. Like, every single one of my goals that I would normally plan was just me, all me, all me. And then on top of that, what even make it worse off is not like the goals were even that specific. They weren't SMART. You know the acronym SMART? What the S stand for? Specific, measurable. What the A stand for? I don't remember what the A stand for. R, realistic, and T, I like something to do with time. Yeah, when I get what me I say. At no point in time were these goals SMART. There was no lie. There were some moments where I did create some small goals, SMART goals, but what I'm trying to get at is they weren't achievable. Most of them weren't achievable within the time span that I gave myself, because trust me, back then I was just so fixated on success. Like, whatever my vision of success looked like, it can't deviate from that. And me not take no chat. It have to look when we say how me say it have to look like. Yeah, me stand firm on that. And so my goals were just really, I can say, like an imagination, and then when they would not come to fruition, it's like I was just so upset with myself. I was just so hard on myself, because there's no way can this, you set your goal in a December and not achieve it by March. You're supposed to have $1 million in your account by March. You're supposed to have a car by March. You're supposed to have a house by March. You're supposed to step up the ladder at your workplace by March. How dare you? That's just how hard I was on myself. And looking back now, I realize that one, yes, as I mentioned before, most of my goals were not centered around God. There was no avenue of my goals achieving His mission. Zero, 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 zero. And then number two, I was drawing from my own. I was creating my own source. I was drawing from my own source. Like, I was the source, guys. Like, I I kid you not, me that thing say me can manage anything. Like, I'm sure them broad can carry all of the weight, every single thing, because me I say, yo, I'm going to be the one to achieve this, and I'm going to be the one to take myself through this. So I'm going to do it. At no point in time, guys, did I pray about any of those goals. And funny thing, I remember there was one me I laugh just I think about this. I remember there was one point in this whole this whole time where I was watching a few YouTube videos, and they were like, you need to manifest things in your life. You need to manifest things, and you need to speak to the universe. Guys, can you imagine me in my room that I'm going to be successful? Me I speak out to the universe, guys. Yeah, you hear me I say? I'm there I speak out to the universe in my room because I watch a YouTube video, and a girl I say, yo, that's how she achieved success and all them stuff there. I was not praying to my Jesus, my God. No. Me I talk to the universe and I say, please give me this, please give me that. yeah, like those were the places I were. Those were the places I would take my mind and just overall believe that I could fuel everything that I wanted in life. Alright, so I just changed the setting for my microphone because I kept hearing a lot of cracking sounds, and I'm just hoping that it's not throughout the video, but you guys can let me know if this new setting that I now have is better for the audio of the video. So yes, back to what I was saying. The bottom line was that I was addicted to success. I just wanted to be successful. I'm not going to say by any means necessary. I still wouldn't do certain things, but to the point where I was praying to the universe. That's something pretty big, and I realized that I was not looking towards God in no point of me just trying to see what my future would be like, or have a hopeful, we say, no vision of what my future could be. It was just all of the things that I would see online that would spark my curiosity, and the things that I would want from things that I see online, or based on the expectations of persons around me, what they are saying, what I should be and what I should do. And so all my energy, all my motivation came from that fuel of source. And it was one of the hardest thing to separate my beliefs and what other persons believe versus the standard in which God was presenting to us. And when I said He's presenting to us, I mean like from the Bible, because we can read the Bible and get an idea or the full picture of what He's calling us to do, right? And it was very hard for me to walk away from the norm of my expectations and others' expectations. You don't want to be the one to stand out. You don't want to be the sore thumb, if that's the phrase, to any scenario. You want to look cool. You want to be accepted. And so that was definitely something I struggled with. And on top of that, boy, me hear so much stories of just trying to put your goals towards God, in terms of, oh, when I'm setting a goal, I pray to Him first and then hear what He has to say, and then I would basically work with His guidance, seek guidance from Him. Boy, guys, I hear so many testimonies from people where, and I just 100% saw it going on. Most times, in order for us to have our lives in alignment with God, Him not go just, oh, Candice, here's your 2025 goals. I have 10 goals for you. I want you to achieve them by X time. Da, 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 da. Why? And so God works sometime. Sometime He's like, all right then, pause, stop. You're on the right path. I want you to go down this road. But here what? We're gonna do a little detour. I want you to brush up on your skills of communication, or I want you to brush up on your skills of talking to somebody, or just doing something that you would not normally do. And for me, that would be talking. Talking to persons, talking to new persons. Yeah. So that's why I use it as an example. So yeah, God will be like, I want you to learn this before I carry you to this goal. And for me, back then, that would have been like a no, because I'm ready right now. I am on the track running. I'm almost at the finishing line. And you're telling me to ignore all the persons who are running behind me, to make a detour and tie my shoes lace so I don't drop, and then continue the race. I'd be like, no, the finish line, the right there, so. The finish line there right there, so I can literally hop and reach there. And you tell me if I stop and tie my shoes lace? Nah. No. No, 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 no. And then to what would tickle me so much was that what if the thought came to my life, what if the goals that I've already set for my life he doesn't want me to do? I was like, you know what? But then I was like, you know what? It better me just go and do my thing. So try stop me because I know what's best for me. And that's something crazy to say and something crazy to believe too because if him create you, how can you know more than him? If he created everything, how can we know more than him? You know? Like if he can see into the future, how can we know more than him? Yeah, that was something that I was just so stuck on. Like, I rather do my own thing and me stay, you up on the right side of the road, me up on the left side. If me see you across, me across back. Right? Because me don't want me and I make four and then me start feel guilty. Me rather just stay away. Right? If strong-willed had a feature in the Bible, trust me, my name would be the title of that chapter, like Candice in the Bible. Let me tell you, I was just so strong-willed. There was, once I said I was going to do something, me I go try do it, and there's just no way of talking me out of it. And that's a bad trait, especially in the extreme sense of it, because I'm talking about the extreme of the extreme. I was just not listening to what anybody wanted to say. Worse, guys, worse if somebody told me that I couldn't do it. Whoa. Away just do a while ago. Tell me something can't do something. No man. At them time them I go do it. Guys, me say at them time there, I don't know me find energy. All of a sudden, me go just do my best for try and achieve it. And it's not like say when I achieve it guys, I go any further in my goals because as I say, my bad habit back then, I would be doing so many things. I would be juggling so many things, learning so many things. Oh, I want to do this, I want to learn to do that, and just jumping from and then having a broad overview, like a drone view. But then I do one position same way for years. So me being strong-willed is not like it was taking me somewhere. Well, some persons would say it was taking me somewhere. It's just not where I was expecting to go. And then can you just imagine the mental health of somebody who had that kind of approach? Like, it was, it was very cloudy. I remember just having moments where there was never a shut off button for my mind. It was very hard for me to fall asleep. I was just always awake. Even when you see me asleep, like my mind was just always up. Like every time I wake up, I'm still tired because there was no point when I would be fully asleep. I just can't shut off my mind. That was just something that affected me for years. I could not sleep. And as you can expect, I'm here talking now. So there must have been an encounter. For those of you who haven't heard of my testimony, you guys can definitely check out my first two videos. Yeah, you guys can go there. Inserting a little plug for myself. Go and watch the first two videos and then come right back. So yeah, after that encounter, like I remember the first thing that God gifted me, and that was peace of mind. Like guys, I tell you, when I say my mind literally stopped talking, I didn't hear no one bag of talking in my head. I never hear no noise in my head. Like, I never try figure out how me I go own one house in the next 25 years. I do calculation in my head. Whenever I hear one bag of conversation and just trying to figure out things that now I'm nothing to do with my life at the moment. That was just something that I could not turn off. And that whole, what you say now, interaction with God, that moment when everything changed, like it was just like a switch. Like it just turned off. Like I kid you not, guys. Like, I kid you. It sound magical, but honestly, God totally clear up my mind, clear up my head. He gifted me peace of mind. And from that point until now, when me asleep, me sleep. Me tell you, like, when I time for me go sleep, me go sleep. Me not up 6 hours, 3 hours and can't get no sleep. Like, I'm going to my bed. My mind not fall asleep as quick as some people, like Javel and Daniel. Me no know how them do it. Yeah, me no know. Me no know, like, them could have said them gonna them bed and in 5 seconds them just them just gone. Me don't know how people do that. Honestly, me don't know how people. I don't know people fall asleep within 5 seconds. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, like peace of mind was just something that blew my mind. I was just saying to myself, if you can make my mind so quiet, what can you not do? I was saying to myself, if me can literally come to you crying and saying to myself, God, please, well, saying to you, God, please, just let my mind be rested, let this happen and all of that. And the next day, my mind was just, whew, like at peace. You're going to one spa and you just hear the relaxing music. I like a summer minded sound. It was just so relaxing. I feel like I'm on vacation and clearly I wasn't. Peace of mind, guys. Like, may I emphasize this so much because it was just so real. Like it was just so. It was, to me, it was a miracle because I never thought I could achieve a sound mind like that. Honestly, it was crazy. And then after having that experience, then it moved on to me wanting to put other things in the pot. So I'm like, all right, I prayed for my mind. What if I started praying about things that I would want to achieve and also ask him about the things that he would want me to do? I was like, I feel like this is going a bit too fast, but then again my mind was like, yo girl, we need to try this because peace of mind, that's like a blessing. So just imagine what other things can happen when you go to him. I was like, all right, say less. Me go try this out. And I remembered praying about, oh God, I really want to step out more. I really want to establish myself as a creative person. Like I remember back then when I was younger, I used to draw and paint a lot. Like that was something I loved to do. And I stopped doing for, well, I won't say, check my testimony videos. Go ahead and check my testimony videos. So yeah, I remember just loving to do that. And I was just like, God, carry me back to the place where that was just a creative outlet for me, where not that it came easy, but I never had a problem in learning if I needed to learn because I was so patient with myself. I really just wanted that Candice back again. And guys, lo and behold, like another thing just happened. Like my prayer request was answered and God definitely showed up and said, all right then, we are going to do this, we're going to establish this space of you being a creative person and you making money from it and all of that. But hear what? you're not going to just be taking yourself to the finishing line. You're going to speak to others and pour into others to help them to get to the finishing line as well. And I was like, what? What? Cause you know me in the old lippy chatting thing. Like, I'm just like in my corner. If you need me to do something, I'll do it, and step out of the way. Like, I'm the behind the scenes person. I move the curtain when it's time to move the curtain and all of those stuff, and I ensure that, the persons get them backstage water and all them stuff. They're like, yeah, that's a me, God. Like, what are you talking about? Like, me now having a space to speak to creatives and just establishing a hub where persons can feel like themselves and have the confidence to be themselves and to do better. Let me say, whoa. God, that's a bit too fast. That's a bit too fast. I just did want to start draw and just mind my own business, quite frankly. That's what I wanted. Just draw, create some websites, do some designs, improve on my skill, make some money, yeah, wealthy, all of that, help out persons financially if I can, all of those stuff. Like, right now what you're saying is not a part of my agenda. Guys, I'm telling you, these were the conversations that I had for some time with God. Like, these were the conversations that probably took up probably 2 years. I was like, no, I don't want to come outside of my shell. Like, I don't want that. It makes me uncomfortable. Honestly, God, it makes me uncomfortable, and I refuse to be uncomfortable. Life is already hard. Why do I have to do something that brings me discomfort? Seriously, like I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I honestly prayed like this. Like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to listen to you and you carry me to a point where I'm just going to be way out in the deep, way out in the water, and I clearly don't know to swim. And then I don't know how much of a good lifeguard you are. Because if me I tell him no, obviously I have doubts in him. You get me? And as I said, this conversation was going on for some time. It was just me like telling God how I feel. Like, me I say, yo, I honestly don't think I can take up this, and I don't think this task is for me. I'm not the one, Are the two, are the three. So somebody I talked to God, and I remember one time I was reading my Bible because that was something that I was really trying to get more knowledge of. I heard of Bible stories, but I never really know them. So I told myself that I really wanted to have information about the Bible. I wanted to know things. I was in the space where I didn't just want to go to church to hear about the Bible. I wanted to know the Bible for myself. So I remember reading, and it came up to the chapter about Moses. And boy, Moses, one of my favorite characters so far. Him and David, but we're talking about Moses right now, okay? So I remember Moses just being this very timid person and just kept saying like, God, I can't do this, and I don't talk so well and all of those stuff. And God was like, I still want you to do it, but alright then, fine, I'm going to send you help. If I'm not mistaken, I think his help was Aaron. You guys can let me know in the comments. Yeah, so Aaron was his help. And he was like, so if you give me Aaron to help me, just make Aaron do it and don't know. God was like, no, I want you to do it. And Moses was just like, brother, me can't do this, me can't do it. Like, this is just too much. It's not a part of my personality. It's not me. It's not my trademark. Like, stop forcing this on me. And God was just like, yo, I want you to do it. I made you for this very reason. I want you to do it. And I remember how Moses started off as a timid fellow. And throughout his storyline, like, he grew so much confidence in God and so much confidence in himself. There was a point, guys, where Moses and God attack. Like, God not talk to the people. God attacked to Moses to give the people them instruction. Moses went from this man who say, yo, him can't do nothing to lead in this large population. Moses went from this person of not believing in God, not believing in himself. So tell him, I say, people, how can you not know about God? Like, him share him testimony and empower people about his journey and what God did for him. And I'm like, but Moses was telling God no. Moses told God no. And God, like, even though he didn't 100% stepped into what God was saying, like, him still gave it like a nudge, like, you know, alright, let me try it. I tell you something I can't do it, you know, but since you give me help, let me try a little something. So I was just like, cool. Alright, we can do that. And I remember one next story. I don't remember the character's name. Again, you guys can let me know in the chat. I remember God was calling him to do something. I think it was to lead a tribe, and he was saying that he's the smallest from his tribe, and his tribe is so inferior compared to the other persons, and choose somebody else. And God was like, yo, no, are you me I talk to? So then he was like, God, let's try something. A mat is outside my door, if I'm not mistaken. In my mind, what I remember, it's a mat, right? And he was like, I want rain to fall or dew to fall and let it wet. I think it was like wet the surrounding of the mat, but don't make the mat wet. And I can just imagine God was like, cool, you serious? Alright, say less. Boom. Rainfall, him come out the next morning, and it was like the mat dry. So I say, cool, alright then. Alright, God, one more test, one more test. This time, I want the rainfall, but make the mat alone wet. And I can just imagine. Like, sometimes me imagine what God I think, and me I say to myself, boy, I would be so annoyed. Like, I already showed you one solution, like I'm actually real. I actually showed you that I'm real. And you're gonna ask me again for a next proof. But God is, thanks be to God, God is not like us. God is not like us. So then now, the next morning, boom, him go outside and only the mat alone wet. So me I said to myself, no guys, I'm saying to myself, so Moses indirectly asked for proof / asked for help, right? And God gave him help. Then the next brother, when I remember his name, asked for proof, and God gave him one proof. Then him get that proof, then say, alright God, give me one more. And God was like, alright, cool. See one more here. So me don't read them scriptures here. Me I say, alright then. Yeah, tell me for do them things here. I want to test this. I want to step into this, but I really want to test and see if I can do this one, and two, if this would even mean anything to anybody. Like, who are gonna listen to me? Like, who are gonna want to hear from me? Like, I'm not a talker. Like, nobody, I'm. If somebody is calling for someone to do a speech or some sort of presentation, honestly, like, Candy's name wouldn't get picked first. You get me? And it's no shade. Like, I'm not throw shade for myself. Like, persons know that I'm a quiet person. I'm a quiet person. Let's leave it at that. So I'm saying to myself, all right then, let's try this, and we're going to see how much of an impact it will be on me in terms of me coming outside of my box, if it will really help me. And then I'm not sure, God, what kind of message you want me to share. Like, a creative space for creative persons. Like, that sounds so weird in Christendom. Like, why we need a space for creative people? I was just like, that's weird. That's weird. But all right, cool. So I remember my birthday coming up, and Joel and I was discussing it, and we are like, all right, say it would be a good idea if you started off your business launch for Faithful Creative and your web design business on your birthday. Cool, that's a good idea. All right then, fine. Let's do some plans for it, right? So during the planning phase now, we prayed, we fasted, because we really wanted to have a space where it just felt as if we were in tune with God. We were denying so many things that would normally distract us, social media being one of them, the whole heap of scrolling. Yeah. We really wanted to have a clear mindset, just having reverence to the fact that we are giving this goal, this thought, this whole process to God. We wanted Him to instruct us. And I remember after one of our family meetings that we had, after talking to Javel, I was just like, all right then, I'm just resting with the thoughts of everything that was mentioned. And I remember still asking God, like, what exactly am I going to talk about? Like, what are the topics? Like, I don't want to do any tutorials. Like, I will watch tutorial videos, but right now I don't want to do any tutorials, you know, about drawing or web designing or anything like that. But like, what would the content be for Faithful Creative? And I'm there with the thought and just thinking. And I just remember the thought coming to me, well, Candice, you're going through a moment now where you're trying to find yourself. You're trying to come outside of this box that you've put yourself in for years, right? And you are learning how to draw like you want to. You're learning how to do all these illustrative stuff. You are starting your web design business. You are doing a lot of things that you would not normally do, but you're having the faith to do it. You're having the faith to do what I say and not do what I didn't tell you not to do. All of those things. You're having this space where you're in church now. Well, I've been in church, but I'm in church now, and you're being called to be one of the dance leaders. You are now accepting roles in the drama group at your church. Getting tongue tied. I don't know if I said this before, but you are now accepting the fact that now you are planning to start your business, your whole web design business in Jamaica, a digital space. You want to have a digital business and work from home, right? You want to do all of that. Why not talk about that? Why not talk about the testimonies that will come from these ventures? Why not talk about the mistakes that you make on these ventures and what you've learned? Why not talk to other persons that are also on this journey and have them share their testimonies? Why not just be so authentic with this space that it becomes an encouragement to persons who want to take on this path but don't know how to do it, or feel led to this path but are not really sure if this is their path? Like, why not have that open space for persons to hear all these things about what a faithful creative person is like? And I'm like, Zine? What? Me can't do them things there? Like, me never know say it could be like that simple, like just talking at, like, it was just so, I would say things mind blowing, but for really, like, it sounds simple, but at the time I was just making it so complicated because I was saying to myself, there is just so many other videos out there or YouTube channel that give the sermons and give all of that, and I'm like, God, like, I'm on a journey of reading my Bible and getting to know things in my Bible for myself now. You know, from all those years of going to church, like, I'm doing that now. So I don't really have the sermons them pat like that, you know. I might reference to a story and then sometime I might forget the Bible character name or the chapter where it come from. But yeah, I can go back to it and find the scripture, you know, but probably in the moment, like, I'll have like a memory lapse. And I just felt the encouragement, like, but that's you right now, and it's okay. It's okay, Candice. Like, we don't have to have everything lined up like ducks in a row. We don't have to have that. Like, somebody will definitely have some sort of encouragement from whatever message that you share because it's the authentic you. And it really made me slow down. Like, that entire conversation with God made me slow down and really started to realize that I didn't have to, like, master my Bible in order to talk about me and what I am going through and the things that I've achieved and the testimonies that I have and all the mistakes that I've made and what I've learned. And I didn't need to have like the biblical knowledge and, you know, like those things that we would normally tell ourselves that we would need to have in order to represent God. Those are some thoughts that I think do more harm than good, because we think we have to look like our pastor or be like a minister in order to have the certification to talk about our experience with God. And God is not like that. Like, God is not like that. From the stories in the Bible, in the group of the 12 disciples, there were other persons that were following God, right? And one of them was a prostitute, guys. Like, I'm not saying like in the extreme end, like it has to be horribly, you know, like prostitution, you know, but I'm saying, guys, like, God is not looking for perfection. He can use anybody. He can use any message that you have for his glory. And that's what I'm just trying to say. Like, we don't have to have it all figured out. And then it just showed me how much putting your plans before God, putting all that you might be expecting for this year, to say that, God, I want to have this sort of achievement. I would like to have an improvement in this part of my life, but I don't know how to do it. Or I may know how to do it, but I probably am not doing it right, so I want to give it to you. And that approach that I took at the end of last year really opened a lot of doors for me. And it opened a door that I thought probably would have stayed closed until, well, not even open anytime at all. I believe that me coming outside of my box, that approach, I don't think it would have ever happened if it wasn't for God. Like, I was just okay with being who I was back then, just not doing nothing much, because the thought process that I had, guys, was before really choosing to follow Christ, it was an extreme end of, yo, I'm addicted to success. And then after my encounter with God, I was so, what can I say? I was so disappointed with myself that I told myself that I didn't want to be addicted to success anymore. So I'm not going to try much to do things. And so I went from one extreme end to the other. So I am not even putting in much work anymore to do anything because I didn't want to be that person again. And me putting my plans before God, He showed me how to do it. So right now I'm on YouTube and I'm trying to grow my business and I'm trying to establish my business in the digital space, and that is only because of God. And then even though He gave me that part, He added another portion to my task, which was, as I mentioned, to create Faithful Creative, to have a space for like-minded people who wanted to do something more than what they're doing currently, who wanted a change, who wanted to fully step into their creative side. And it may not be exactly what I am doing now, guys. You may not want to be a web designer or an illustrator, but it could be something like a videographer, a photographer. It could be you wanting to do something outside of the space of, what can I say, the physical arts, if that's a space, and you want to do like probably music or drama or whatever it may be. Some of those career paths that persons would probably think wouldn't make money. But guys, trust me, if I know anything, no. You see, God, once you surrender your plans to Him, He's gonna make a way. He's going to ensure that your plans, first and foremost, aligns with His will. So He's not going to stamp and pass anything that doesn't align with His will. And that's how our prayers and understanding His word and His standard from the Bible comes into play, because then you will have a better understanding from reading the Bible and just knowing what He's expecting from us and knowing His standard. You won't be asking for certain things because you already know what your dad's standard is. Get what I said? So another thing I remembered during the whole planning phase of starting up everything, I remember I wanted to start doing digital drawing. I wanted to start learning how to use different softwares and just fully get into the gist of things, right? And I remember the tablet that I was using, I had to download like a free software to draw with, and it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give, but I was still being diligent with it, and I was still using the tools that I had because I had that at the moment and it could be used, and so I used it. I was doing my best to be a steward with the tools that I had, right? But in the same breath, I remember praying to God, like, God, I want to use Procreate. I really want to use Procreate, but I know I have to have an iPad to use Procreate. But I really want to use Procreate. I just kept saying, I really want to use Procreate. Please give me the chance to use Procreate. But guys, I'm not directly asking for the iPad in the prayer, I just kept saying, I really want to use Procreate. Looking back now, I can say that I was nervous and I was fearful that I would not get my prayer answered, and so instead of asking it directly, I asked for it indirectly, and so if it didn't happen, I didn't feel like I asked for it. Weird psychology, but yeah, that's what I did. But anywho, I remember days upon days I just be saying like, oh God, I really want to use Procreate. Please give me the opportunity to use Procreate. I'm seeing so many tutorials online for this software, and I really believe that it will help me to improve my skills and teach me a lot of stuff. Please give me the opportunity to use Procreate. I was just praying every means about Procreate. And I remember Javel and I, we were with a family member, and out of the blue, the person just said, is it possible to exchange my iPad with your tablet? I was like, what? But guys, like the same time I say what in my head, I just hear yes come out of my mouth like so fast, like I not even think about it, I just say yes. I just answer them like yes. And I remember Joel was just asking questions like, what type of iPad is it? It's not like he was saying no, but he was just asking. And I just did not care the type of iPad or how much memory it had. I was just like, I know I need an iPad for Procreate. And then when I had that thought, I was like, whoa, I need an iPad for Procreate. I asked God for Procreate, and he gave me the iPad. I was like, yo, what? What? I got an iPad so I can use Procreate? Like, God, you literally answered my prayer that I prayed indirectly for. Like, you gave me an iPad. Guys, when I tell you, my mind was blown, guys, like blown. And the thing is, it's not like I haven't heard testimonies like that. I've had friends that have prayed for laptops, and I've gotten brand new laptops, or even newly like used laptops, and I'm like, wow, God is good to you. And then for this to happen, guys, it blew my mind. And then I remember another moment in starting this whole venture. I remember I was doing my first two videos, my testimony videos, and the lighting that I had, because I was only using my bulbs in my room. The lighting that I had was horrible, but I only realized that during the time of editing, it was horrible. And I was just like, God, I don't want to put up no videos. I don't want to put up any videos because it looked really awful, and I don't think I want to start off this whole journey with something looking that bad. It will look poorly on me when I say that I'm a creative. Like, it will look so poor. So I was like, God, I'm not going to post my videos. I'm going to wait until I have the money for I can purchase lightings and them stuff there. Then I do back over the video and then I post it. And I remember God saying to me, Candice, no, I need you to post your testimonies. I need you to post them, and like, there's no debate on it. We're not waiting until you have money to make a purchase for studio lights and whatever else you would need. And I was like, but God, but keep on make be excuses. And just like with Moses, God was like, no, I need you to do it. I'm telling you that I need you to do it. And because right now I'm in the space of being obedient to my God, I was like, all right, fine. I posted Part one, I was just like, oh, cringe, it's so poor quality and all of that. I posted part two and everything, and I was like, cringe again, it was just poor quality. And mind you, guys, part two even got less views than part one. So I was just like, see what me I tell you, guys? See what me I tell you? Poor quality. There's no way persons are going to get anything from this because the videos are just poor quality. Guys. Well, I know unplugging my laptop, guys. yeah. So, guys, when I posted those two videos, somebody approached me, well, not physically, online, and they were saying, you know, I've always wanted to fully jump into the space of being a food blogger, but I've been so scared and I didn't want to stand out like that. But honestly, you're giving me the encouragement to fully step into that space and to pray more about it and to ask God for instructions. And then somebody else came up to me and was saying, you know, I really needed that encouragement with just accepting who I am and not worrying about what others are saying that I should be doing, but really trusting that God is having me on a path that is restoring my confidence in myself. Like, guys, there are so many persons that were sending comments or just texting me overall to say that they had an encouragement from those videos and I should not stop posting those kind of videos. I remember there was, I think, the person was a nurse, and if you know my testimony videos, my degree is in the medical field. So the person was like, you know, I'm having the same issues right now. I really want to come out of nursing, but I honestly don't know how I can do it. But honestly, you gave me something to think about, and I'm definitely going to pray about it. And me I say, wow. And then on top of that, guys, a friend reached out to me and they said, I'm going to invest in you because I see what you're doing and I want to invest in you. And you know what the person did, guys? The person bought a studio light for me. Like, yeah, that right now I'm emotional, but the person said, I'm going to calm down, Kenix, calm down. But yeah, the person said, I'm going to purchase a studio light for you because I see what you are doing and I really like what you're doing. And once again, guys, God blew my mind. God blew my mind. Like, guys, you see these New Year's resolutions that we have? Nothing is wrong with having a goal at the beginning of the year, you know, but when it is fueled by our own will, that's when it becomes an issue. I realize that putting our goals towards the big man that is in charge, he will tell you if he wants you to go down that path, and I think that's the scary part of it. But trust me, beyond that small fear that we're having is a whole lot of joy, is a whole lot of growth, it's a whole lot of prosperity. Like, there's no joke. And it might not be, I'm not talking about prosperity alone in finances, you know. I'm talking about peace of mind. I'm talking about the confidence that you have in yourself. I'm talking about the full restoration that God would place in you from just following him. And this whole thing about putting towards your goal to God has just totally transformed my life. It has totally set me on a new trajectory where I'm just saying, God, it is you 100%. You 100% of the way. I'm at the place now where I'm still putting my best foot forward in terms of my approach with God, because I truly want to stay on the path where I am seeking him daily. And the thing that most persons sometimes get so wrong is that once you say yes to God, like everything just got in alignment all at once. Like you have the perfect days and there's no wrong that happens. There's nothing that you do that's wrong and all those sort of stuff. Like, guys, when you say yes, you will be constantly saying yes, because there are so many things out there that can take you away from his will. So every moment is a small yes that you'd have to say. Like, for example, praying, I have to say yes to, okay, God, I'm going to take 10 minutes out of my day, 5 minutes out of my day, and I'm going to acknowledge you. I'm going to pray to you. So that's like, okay, instead of me going on YouTube shorts, I'm going to take that moment and pray. I'm going to have a talk with you. So that's a small yes that I said for that day. And then another yes that comes up once again, because I will talk about YouTube short stuff, because that's something that I'm working on. YouTube shorts, short videos, so addicting. But yeah, I'm working on it. So another small yes, just saying, okay, instead of watching YouTube shorts, I am going to take up my Bible, and I'm going to read a passage, a chapter, whatever it may be, whatever I'm feeling led to do. I'm going to read about it and start read. I have questions, I start research it, and that's another thing. That's probably for another talking about. That's another thing. Like, I was so scared of reading the Bible. I was so scared that I'm going to read a book that I don't understand, and after not understanding, I don't know where to go on the internet to get information, because I'm just so scared that I'm going to be misinformed, and then I'm going to go down the path of following somebody, and then I end up in a cult. Guys, I'm dramatic, I know. I'm dramatic. But that's what I was saying to myself. I'm going to go out there trying to find answers for the questions that I have, and I'm going to end up in a cult, because I'm going to be following somebody that is not following God. Yeah. But that's another thing. Like, when I have my questions, you know where I go to? Guys? I type in my questions in ChatGPT. I type my questions in ChatGPT. I look at the answers that they give me, and then I go on Google. I type in the answers, and then I see where the answers are coming from. Then I go on that website and I get more information. So I feel like I vetted the source, and I feel comfortable in where the source is coming from. So I no longer have that challenge. I'm just putting out that gem out there. Like, I had that concern to guys, like not knowing where I can get my questions answered. But yeah, I'm giving you the gem. ChatGPT and do go so. Right? Yeah, so that's a small yes that I said. I'm going to say no to YouTube shorts, and I'm going to read my Bible. And then another yes, I realized that I may have like a little break throughout the day, and I would have want to watch like an entire movie. And most of the times, I don't want to watch the movie, but because I'm telling myself I have nothing to do, I'm going to watch the movie. But guess what? Instead of the movie, I chose to watch a sermon. And right now, I am watching like a pastor who is very enthusiastic about the word, and I don't remember his name. I think his name is Pastor Madhu. Yeah, like he's very enthusiastic about the word, and it just helps my mind to visualize what he say when he's preaching. And it's not with like objects that he uses, just in voice. Like, yeah, him carry the charisma the way I can picture the word in my head while him a preach. It's just so crazy, but yeah. So I choose to listen to a sermon instead of going to watch like a movie. And those are the small yeses that will come along the way. It's not just boom bam like a big transformation and all of a sudden you only want to read your Bible, you only want to pray, you only want to watch sermons. Like, it's not like that. Like, you have to make those small yeses. You have to adjust your appetite to the things of God, because we're of flesh. Like, I don't want to, honestly, the lazy me would just want to just sit down all day and not do any of those things, not pay any mind to my business, not pay any mind to God's word, not pay any mind about praying, anything like that. Just sit down and just scroll. Not gonna lie, that's what my flesh would want. That's what I would want. But because I want to have a relationship that is a lot more nourishing to the growth of my spiritual life, that's what I'm choosing to do. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed our little chit chat. It's not little still because I feel like me I talk for a while now. Yeah, but these are the things that I would love to talk about on this channel, and also have few of you guys come on the channel to share your testimonies as well in the future, along with other things that I do have planned. But I really want this channel to have a space where creatives are heard. There are informations out there for creatives. You know, maybe one day it could be a case where I even have persons that can come in to talk about like business, like how to improve your business as a faithful creative, somebody who is a Christian, you know, Christian morals and all of those things included in your business decision. Because we can't have business and be a Christian and leave God out of the business. Like, that's a no. So yeah, those are the things that I have planned, and I also am thinking about having like a blog too. So not just having the content in video, but have the content in a blog form. So yeah, that's a future plan. And to just have resources on the website for Faithful Creative, or whatever it will be called, um, to give that information out there for persons that are interested in this whole sort of arrangement of, you know, Christianity and faith move and all of that. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts, and I just want to leave it with you guys to say once again, give your plans to the big man. Like, you see, our minds just have like, them, so we only use like what, 5%, a 5%, if a 5%, that's crazy. 5% our brain, can you imagine 5%? And we have a God that knows everything, and we have moved like, say, we over here are more than Einstein and all them people they were in make, by the way. We are moved like, so we're smarter than him and we know what's best for us. But really and truly we don't, because there are so many times when him just come back and say, you know what, your bucket too, like, I'm not going to even say I told you so. You know, sometimes him not play the card there. Sometimes him just, you know, him just brush off the dirt off our knee and lift you up back. But yeah, there are sometimes him definitely slap you with the I told you so. But yeah. Yeah, guys, really think about or like a chit chat today, and really analyze the goals that you have for this year, because you must have some quote unquote New Year's resolution or some goals, whatever you guys want to call it. And I know that there must be some area in your life that you want a change for, and you want some sort of improvement sorry, or transformation. And I'm telling you guys, putting your plans to God I get that there's a scary point to it, you know. But guys, moving beyond that fear, it is such a blessing. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. So yeah, guys, I don't think I have anything else to say. Just yeah, think about all that was said. And this drawing, by the way, like I'm looking at the playback and I can't believe I made this. Like, I'm so proud of me. I am definitely going to be giving you guys more drawing videos, and you can also tell me some of the topics that I could talk about, just us having a chit chat, and I'll definitely answer, no, not answer, but like talk to you guys in the comment section. I keep saying chat, you know. And also, if you guys have any questions, I'll definitely try my best to answer them, um, whether it be about, you know, the spiritual walk or entrepreneurship or just being a creative, other creative questions that you may have. And oh yeah, one thing with this drawing too, guys, like probably I don't show it in the video, but the amount of time me have to start over, the amount of time, like, trust me. Digital drawing, digital, the whole digital art space overall, yes, it's a lot easier than traditional drawing, but trust me, getting used to a pen touching a glass and just trying to figure out how to do a shading and all of those stuff versus like a physical paper where you can literally feel the texture and just know where the pen is going and all of them stuff there is way different, way different. But I definitely love how this turned out. The only thing I might say is that her chin is totally out of alignment, like out of alignment. I don't know why her chin is beyond her lip. Her chin and her lip should be in alignment, but I'm learning, so I'm giving myself grace. But that's one thing. Every time I see the picture, it just keeps jumping at me, and yeah, her chin just keeps jumping at me. But I definitely love her hair. I've always seen hair, like illustrations of how persons draw hair or just the product itself, and I'm like, how them get the texture for look so, you know, animated. Well, yeah, animated and just look kind of like glossy and looking poppy, and the curls, you know, all of that. Like, I can see like her hair looks full. I'm eating my words, I'm sorry, guys. Her hair looks so full, and that tutorial, trust me, the girl, the flow, I'm going to put her video in the description. Shabad, like, there are so many other videos out there that she has done, and I'm just whoa, and I'm just like, whoa, I cannot wait until I reach her level. Like, drawing from your mind is one of the most powerful things ever, because it can be frustrating every minute to pause the video and then draw what she drew and then start back the video, look what she did, and you know. But I really can't wait for the growth that's going to come from practicing. And also, apart from drawing, guys, would you want this sort of content also with like web designing? I think my next video is going to be about that, the wedding invitation website. I did create a video for that, and I'm going to kind of do the same kind of chit chat approach, so you guys can let me know when that video comes out if that's something that you want to see more of. And as I said, guys, you can send me topics to cover, ask me questions, and I'll try my best to use some of those from the comment section or from the chat. So yeah, guys, this has been a dream of mine to do something like this. Like, I'm on YouTube talking, but this has been a dream of mine for so long, and I'm just so grateful to have the moment now to do it and to be talking for so long. I never thought of myself much of a talker. Well, my friends will say otherwise. I have a friend that says I chat too much, and so he would say otherwise, and also Jabal will say otherwise. That yeah. Well, obviously, I talk to him a whole lot more, but yeah, I can be a talker when I'm ready. But guys, I'm going to sign off now, and just to say once again, thank you guys for watching this video to the end, and I hope that your journey will bring fruitfulness in your spiritual walk, as well as the walk that you want to take in being an entrepreneur. And once again, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel if these are the content topics that you are interested in, and also share the video as well if you need a friend to see this video to give them some sort of encouragement. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time. I won't say next week because it's every 2 weeks I post, but I'm going to leave you guys now so you can enjoy the last of the drawing video. Bye, guys.